Hey, this is Matt Wall. I'm a location and site selection advisor with Sterling Properties Group based in Charlotte. Thanks for coming back for another video. This is our Site Selection A to Z series, and this week's video is brought to you by the letter V, and I'm going to talk to you today about V for visibility. There's an old adage that says, build it and they will come. Well, the question they left out of that simple statement is, will they come if they can't see what you've built? Well, you know from all the past videos that we're here to answer all the tough questions, so let's discuss. I'll tell you from over 20 years in commercial real estate development and brokerage that I've never had a single client that was willing to build a project that could not easily be seen from the major roads, unless it was part of a much larger development plan, like a mixed-use center or a mall that itself drew in massive numbers of visitors and customers by its sheer scale. So as a general rule, you've got to be able to see your client when they put up their store in a particular location. And there's some things that you'll regularly run into that may negatively impact visibility. Simple topography is something that can impact visibility. What is the elevation of your store compared to the traffic out front? Does your store sit in a hole so when you drive by you're going to have to look down on to see it? Does your site sit up on a hill so when you drive by is it going to be visible to the customers at all? It's critical that a person can see your store when it's developed. Next, are other buildings sitting in front of your client's location and blocking their visibility? If this is part of a larger development, perhaps you can negotiate view corridors that preserve at least some visibility from the main thoroughfare. Or maybe you can insist on a prominent position on the shared signage at the entrances. The bottom line is that the more visible your location is to the public and your customers, the more successful this location will be for them. This is due to simple customer awareness. Like if a customer sees you next to the grocery store they shop at every week, eventually they'll probably shop at your store if you sell something they need. It helps with the impulse buying too. So if visibility is an issue, you'll need to understand what you can do to make up for that issue. Maybe negotiating more prominent signage or investigating the marketing plans for a center. More and more developers are establishing advertising and marketing campaigns on behalf of their tenants. Now your client will be paying a share of that budget, but this combined effort will work to the benefit of your client in terms of attracting more customers to the location. So here's your quick pro tip. Is your site located in a thoroughfare or in a corridor with tree save buffers or deeper DOT rights of way? You might mistakenly assume that your client can clear cut all the trees at the front of a site as part of the grading and development plans to make the site visible. Well, that's not always going to be the case. You may have overlay districts or just DOT guidelines that ignore the importance of clearing for visibility. Tree save areas are becoming more and more common, so investigate these issues early on in your site review process. You may find a great site that will never enjoy good visibility for these reasons. And if the site's visibility is not going to be good for your client, you might just need to find a better site. Oh well. So this is Matt Wall with Sterling Properties Group. I hope you enjoyed this topic and learned a thing or two. I appreciate your taking the time to watch this, and if I can ever help you with a site or location assignment, please reach out to me.